Good day everyone, my name is Lois of Flores and I'm from English 2B, and this is my video report about the genetically modified organisms. So let's start. What is the GMO? GMOs are living things like the plants, animals, or tiny microbes that scientists change by editing their DNA. What is DNA? DNA is like the instruction manual of every organism. By changing the DNA, scientists can give new abilities or remove unwanted traits. These changes are done inside a laboratory using Special tools. Because of this, the GMOs can be stronger, healthier, and also more productive. And not just that, it will be able to survive in difficult conditions. So why do scientists make GMOs? So first is to improve crops. As what I have said earlier, diba? The GMOs are living things like plants, animals, or tiny microbes. So, nga naman, why the scientists make GMOs? Because to improve crops. Because the GMOs can be designed to grow faster, or it can grow faster. The plant would be grow faster, and also it can survive heat, drought, and also the floods. And it can resist insects or diseases because they can fight pests on their own farmers that use less pesticides, which is safer for the environment. So we have the number two is to produce more food, and the GMOs crop usually give higher harvest, which helps um, feed growing populations, especially in countries with food kanang shortages, kakulangan sa mga pagkaon sa other countries. And not just that, is to add nutrients, and because some GMOs or the genetically modified organisms are made to be more nutritious. And number four is to reduce food waste, because scientists can make fruits and kanang mga vegetables that last longer so they do not spoil quickly. So next we have the environmental impacts in GMOs. GMOs can affect the environment in both positive and negative ways. So let's hear about the benefits. The less pesticide use, some GMO crops can fight insects on their own. And the higher crop yield, farmers produce more food using less land. And the better survival, the GMO plants can resist droughts, diseases, or poor soil, helping farmers during climate change. Diba na ko giingon about earlier katong sa mga floods through GMO, ma-resist to siya, like makahelp ang GMO through some certain nga mga problems. And the possible concerns would be the GMOs might affect helpful insects or nearby wild plants, and the pests may become resistant over time, and the GMOs might reduce biodiversity if only a few types of crops are planted everywhere. So I have here the politics of the GMOs. GMOs are not only about the science, but it also involves the government decisions and the beliefs and public concerns. And different countries have different rules about planting or selling GMOs. So these are the reasons for political debate. The first is the food safety fears, because some people is not worried about long-term effects on health. And number two is we have the environmental concerns. In environmental concerns, others fear ang kahadlok sa uban would impact sa nature and also the ecosystems. And number three is the corporate control. Big companies may control the GMO seeds and it can affect the farmers. And number four is the trade and economy. Countries may restrict GMOs to protect local industries. And last is the ethical questions that some people believe that changing DNA is unnatural. So another here is the ethical issues. So these questions, I have here like my question that focus on morals and values and not just scientific facts. So the question is like this. Is it right to change an organism's DNA? And also, will GMOs help small farmers or only large corporations? And we have here another question is, should GMO foods be labeled so consumers know what they're buying? And last is these could GMOs make farmers dependent on expensive seeds? So these issues can cause disagreements because people have different beliefs and priorities. So overall, what are GMOs? So this is the overall topic or the lesson about the GMO. So GMOs are powerful scientific tools that can make food healthier, crops stronger, and medicines more effective. Yeah, di ba istorya na ko lahat kaina. And most studies show that approved that GMOs are safe to eat, but they still kanang nag-require gihapon sila og proper regulation and responsible use because environmental protection, ethics, and politics are all play a big role in how GMOs are accepted around the world. And in the future, the GMOs would be or will be continue to shape the agriculture, the human health, the food security, and the global trade. And I hope you all learn some lessons about this topic. That's all. Thank you.